Hi everyone, I'm Andrea and welcome back to Buenas Noticias in Easy English. This channel is for people who are learning English and who want to improve their listening skills in a fun and relaxing way. Este canal es para personas que quieren mejorar su inglés de escuchar de una manera tranquila y amigable. There's no better way to learn English than through happy stories from around the world. Hey, if you're a beginner, go to the More section and look for the transcript in English. If you read it before, it may be easier to understand the video. And also, everybody, check out the new flashcards I'm including. You can use those after you listen to the video to practice new words. Okay, that's enough notes for today. Let's get started! Now, I have to admit, I was not planning on doing a video today, so it's a little rough. We'll call it rough around the edges. I haven't had a chance to practice that much, but I didn't want to take a chance of missing this important day. Today is March 20th, 2026, and it's officially the first day of spring in the Northern Hemisphere of the globe. So depending on where you live, it's the first day of spring. And the time is officially called spring equinox, equinoccio de primavera. First, I want to clarify something. A lot of people get confused. I was confused too. I used to call this a spring solstice. Stolticio, but that's not right. There's no such thing as a spring solstice. The right name is spring equinox. A stolticio, is different. I'll explain. In the summer, verano, the solstice is the longest day of the year, and in the winter, invierno, solstice is the shortest day of the year. But an equinox, equinoccio, sorry, I've never had to say that word before in Spanish, so I don't know if I'm really pronouncing it correctly. Anyway, an equinox is the moment when the day and night are nearly equal in length. It's the moment when the sun crosses the celestial equator, equador celestial. That's the line that's right above the Earth's equator. That's why both hemispheres, hemisferos, these are words I've never used before, sorry. That's why both hemispheres receive sunlight in more even ways during this time of year. Now, this doesn't mean that suddenly every place is going to feel warm like spring. Some places are still going to feel cold, and some places already feel like spring, depending on where you are in the world. Let me know in the comments section where you are and if it feels like spring where you live. But this is the turning point today, that after the spring equinox, the days begin to grow longer than the nights in the north. There's a little more light every day. Sunrise, that's in the morning when the sun comes up. Sunrise comes earlier, and sunset, that's when the sun goes down. Sunset comes later in the day. Now, I've just given you a lot of scientific types of facts, but I also want to mention that the spring equinox is also cultural, and for thousands of years, people all over the world have celebrated this day. Not everybody celebrates it the same way, but many cultures connect it with renewal, balanza, life, and new beginnings. For example, in Japan, the spring equinox is a national holiday, feriado nacional, national holiday called Shunbun no Hai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I tried. This day in Japan is associated with honoring nature, honrando la naturaleza, and cherishing living things, cuidando, cherishing, caring for, is cherishing living things. Many people also visit graves, tumbas, graves, to remember their loved ones who passed away. Passed away is a nice way of saying died. Even in countries like Iran and other places, the season of the equinox is connected with the new year. And sometimes people clean their homes, they prepare special foods, they visit each other, they gather together. They gather together is reunirse, to bring in the new year and a new season. Even in Mexico, some people get together or gather, get together, reunirse, in ancient places during the equinox. For example, in a place like Chichen Itza, the equinox is where history and astronomia, and culture, cultura, come together. So, even for people who are not celebrating as a formal holiday, feriado formal, there is often a feeling during this time that the year is changing direction, cambiando dirección. And it reminds all of us human beings, seres humanos, we've always looked at the sky, we've always noticed patterns, and we've tried to understand what these patterns mean. We notice the light from the sun, we notice the seasons, we notice when something begins to change, and today this change is spring. So, if you hear someone say spring solstice, now you know the difference. The correct term is spring equinox, and it's a moment of balance, a moment recognized throughout the world, and for many people it's a symbol of hope, esperanza, renewal, and a fresh start. Fresh start means comenzar algo nuevo, fresh start. If you liked learning English today and you learned any new words through this positive story about the spring equinox, please like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, leave me a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and let me know how you think the channel is going. I would love to hear from you. If we have enough interest, I would love to do some live question and answers where you can call in, not call in, but write in. And we can ask, you can ask questions about how to pronounce certain things or certain kind of grammar things. So just let me know how things are going. And again, I apologize for not having, this video very well prepared, but I didn't want to miss the day. Anyway, have a wonderful first day of spring, and I'll see you very soon in the next days of spring. Bye!